Hey there, I want to talk to you about inflammation. Now, there's basically two types of inflammation. There's short-term inflammation that you get when, you accidentally cut yourself and you get some swelling, some redness, maybe a little heat. That's your body's response to the cut and its attempts to prevent further illness and infection, and basically once the cut heals, the inflammation goes away. The other type of inflammation I want to talk to you today is really the long-term or chronic inflammation that you really can't see. It's inside your body. It can lead to heart disease, cancer, other illnesses, and that's what I want to talk about today. Now, research shows that our lifestyle can really contribute significantly to the chronic inflammation. And from that, it's when we're eating a lot of processed foods, foods that are highly refined carbohydrates such as white sugar, white flour, processed foods, animal-sourced foods. Those all can contribute to the chronic and long-term inflammation. Also, vegetable oils, particularly palm oil, soybean oil, corn oil, those have also been shown to contribute to inflammation, and that's one of the main reasons why I really don't cook with added oils. Now, I use a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to prevent a pan from sticking when I'm making pancakes, but I avoid using oil in my cooking, and there's a lot of cooking techniques that you can do that you really don't need to have the added oil. So that's just another reason the processed oils also, research has shown, can contribute to chronic inflammation. So what do we do to reduce chronic inflammation? Well, there's a number of steps that can be taken, and most of it starts with the fork that we use or the cup that we drink from. So what we can do is eat less processed foods, less refined sugar and grains, particularly white sugar, white flour. We can also avoid the industrial seed oils such as soybean oil, corn oil, certainly palm oil, which is used in a lot of processed foods. We can also eat less sugary drinks such as sodas, and even 100% fruit juice. If you ever read the nutrition label, you'd be shocked at how much sugar there is. Now again, this is fructose. It's a little better for you, but still it's significant amounts of sugar that we can avoid just by eating the whole fruit versus drinking it when it's been processed and heat pasteurized, and a lot of the nutrients have been lost that way. So those are just a few things you can do to have less inflammation in your diet. Now, you can also eat anti-inflammatory foods, which are basically all of your whole foods that are not processed, such as your fruits, your vegetables, legumes, and your spices such as turmeric and cinnamon. Those all help to be anti-inflammatory. Berries are fantastic for lowering inflammation, and your greens such as kale and broccoli are also really good vegetables to be eating. And certainly getting rest, adequate rest, and moderate physical activity, all of that helps to be anti-inflammatory in our lives. And so all of those steps can be taken to lower inflammation, as well as promoting more of the anti-inflammatories in our diet and our lifestyle. Now, some athletes have found that eating a gluten-free diet also helps with their recovery and their endurance, and that, for some people who are gluten intolerant, certainly you want to avoid eating gluten. A lot of people have gluten sensitivities, and some people find that avoiding gluten helps have less inflammation, less soreness in their joints. So if you have a gluten sensitivity, you might want to consider eating grains that are gluten-free, such as millet, cassia or buckwheat, quinoa. You can get certified gluten-free oats all of those are fantastic for having no gluten and having lower risk for inflammation, but still eating your whole grains. So what's the net result of an anti-inflammatory diet? Well, it certainly lowers the risk of heart disease, cancer, autoimmune diseases such as arthritis. It certainly promotes recovery and healing and just overall well-being. So get adequate rest, moderate physical activity, as well as eating a whole foods plant-based diet. And that's what this Plant-Based Scratch Kitchen channel is all about, is getting you strategies and ideas on getting more whole grains, fruits and vegetables into your diet. Thanks for watching, share and subscribe.